Meanwhile, India has recorded the world's highest daily jump of over 97,000 coronavirus cases and more than 1,200 fatalities overnight. The country's infections have crossed 4.65 million mark, with the death toll reaching 77,472. The virus has claimed more than 915,000 lives and infected over 28.4 million people across the globe. Details in this report.
The coronavirus pandemic has re-emerged in parts of the world, straining governments and their efforts to contain the disease. Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban says his government is drafting a war plan to counter the second wave of the pandemic. England's case count is doubling every 7 to 8 days as the government reminded public to play their role to keep the virus at bay. France has ruled out imposing a new lockdown to contain the resurgence, but said will implement a raft of less radical measures.
In the face of this epidemic, our strategy is not changing. Fighting against the virus while avoiding to have to put on hold our social, cultural and economic lives, the education of our children and our capability to live normally.
Canada has reported zero COVID-19 deaths in the past 24 hours for the first time since March 15th. In Latin America, the confirmed coronavirus death toll in Mexico has surpassed 70,000 after the government reported 534 new deaths overnight. Meanwhile, the Brazilian state of Bahia has signed an agreement to conduct phase 3 clinical trials of Russia's Sputnik V vaccine.
The government of Bahia signed a memorandum of understanding with the Russian government, with the Russian company responsible for the development of Sputnik V vaccine, and we signed a confidentiality agreement to have access to sensitive information about the development of this vaccine.
COVID-19 deaths in Australia reached 803, but new daily infections in the country's largest hotspot of Victoria continued to fall. South Korea's new cases stayed below 200 for the 10th day in a row, but health authorities remain wary about no let-ups in sporadic cluster infections.